guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Alecia and we are doing a reading challenge today. I've seen a couple other people do this or variations of this, and I thought this is such a fun way to kind of get out of this reading slump I've been in, and a great way to dive into my August TBR that I have literally not touched, and there's only like a week left of August. So today we are going to attempt to read 100 pages of each of the books on my August TBR. We have 6 books. That's 600 pages today. So we will see how far I get. The books that are available as audiobooks on Spotify, I'll probably listen to those as much as possible. At the end of this, I will kind of rank each book on just their first 100 pages of what I thought and how likely I am to continue reading it first. Let's meet our TBR for today's video. We have Better Than the Movies, and then we will hop into Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. Then we have Howl, which is kind of a more indie read. I actually got this one straight from the author, and it's a signed copy. How cute. And this one is like a werewolf romance. The next one in this like series or world is a vampire romance. So I'm really excited to read this one so that then I can be like, let's hop into the next one. Then we have One Shot, which is like a hockey romance. So obviously if you know me at all, I love a hockey romance. Sports romances are like my bread and butter. I don't know why. When I first read a sports romance, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna like this. This is so stupid. Hooked. Can't get enough of them. Then we have At the Edge with You, which this is also kind of a more indie book, and I got this straight from the author as well at like a book fair type of thing, and it is also signed, which is super cute. So I'm really excited about that. I also just love I love the color scheme. I've always been a fan of black and pink, so anytime I see that color scheme, I'm like, love it. Then we have our last book on the TBR will be The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, which I literally just finished today. Oh, I got it at the Elliott Bay Book Company. So I have a little bookmark in there that I didn't realize. I got that when I was in Seattle. Fun times. Okay, well, it fell on the floor. I tried. This one I know nothing about, but I just thought the cover was really cool, and I do enjoy Jessa Hastings' writing. I literally this morning, so when I first woke up, I had about 50 pages left to go in the third book in the Magnolia Parks universe. Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home, and I was like, let me finish that so that I can start the actual TBR, because I had started reading that even though it wasn't technically on my like August TBR. So I finished that this morning, literally only like 50 pages, and then I came in here to film this. The ending of that book is crazy if you guys have read it. There won't be any Magnolia Parks in this one, but since we do have Jessa Hastings, I just thought I would tell you guys. I do really enjoy her writing. So that's our TBR. Okay, so that is our TBR for today. I am definitely feeling intimidated for sure, because that's 600 pages. Like I don't know if I'm actually going to get to all of them, but I'm going to try my hardest. Like that is the only thing I'm going to focus on today, is getting 100 pages of each of these read. Okay, the first book we're going to start with is Howl, and this is by Alecia Ann. I'm not sure if that last name is correct. This is the lemon edition, which you can only get when you go to her like book station at a book fair or whatever. So you can only get this from her in person. So I feel really cool and special that I have this edition. Okay, so here's the inside cover. So we know it's going to be a little bit spicy. Oh, cute artwork. For Alecia, stay shifty. There are some content warnings in the beginning, but I'm usually good. Like with books, I don't feel super triggered when reading anything. The dedication is for me, because I needed this one. Don't we all need a little werewolf romance in our lives? Part 1, Waxing. Okay. Oh, there's a little cat? That's really cute. Okay, well, I'm loving the cuteness of this book so far, but yeah, let's actually get reading. Okay, you guys, first little check-in with reading Howl. I am on page 36, and I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about kind of what the setup is, because I really did not know much about what this book was about other than it's a werewolf romance, which is so intriguing. She's from a line of witches, but she's a human. She doesn't have magical powers, at least so far. And she is in her 30s, and then our male main character, Jamie, there's like a paw for his chapters because he's a werewolf, but Regan doesn't know that, and Regan and him are best friends. Now, they don't live together, but they live close to each other in this like little town where ghosts live there and lots of other just like creatures like werewolves. I think there was a banshee, witches are real there, and all this other stuff. I'm really liking it so far, actually, and I wasn't sure when I read the first few pages. I was like, I can't tell if this is going to be just like boring, like a bore fest, only because there's no like, it felt like there was no enemies, and I'm a big enemies to lovers girly. Like that's my favorite trope when it comes to romance, but in this one, they're definitely like straight up friends to lovers. Well, I think they're gonna be lovers. I mean, it would make sense because it's dual point of view, so of course, like, it's a romance. They're gonna end up together, but it's friends to lovers. And a lot of the time for me, there's like not enough stakes for that to keep me interested. Usually I'm just like, I'm so bored. I don't know, but the way it's written, it's really sweet, but in a way that it's not boring, if that makes sense. Like, I'm really, really liking it so far. Werewolves and ghosts and all of that. I'm almost wishing that I were reading this in October, but I gotta say, reading it right now in August, I'm kind of just, it's getting me pumped up for spooky season, because in the book, it's taking place in October. You know, it's getting a little bit chillier and everyone's decorating for Halloween around the town. Super cozy, but also intriguing. Oh, and it also started out with her, she was dating a guy for a couple weeks that was like super controlling or whatever. So her and Jamie went to go break up with him. He was kind of like a little bit violent, but not towards her because they were, anyways, it was kind of given off like Jamie was protecting her from him vibes, which I loved. So I think I might like this kind of trope more than I like enemies to lovers, because sometimes, I will say, for enemies to lovers, sometimes the guys are too mean to the girl and it makes me not like them. And then I just can't get behind the relationship. But with this one, like, he's been so great so far that I'm just like, I'm so into it. I can't wait to keep reading. Okay, I gotta go fight. Okay, I felt the need to say that part of the coziness of this book is that Regan, the girl, she works at a bookshop, love that. And then the guy works at a coffee shop. Like, is that not the coziest thing? And I don't know, there's something about it when you almost feel like the vibes and aesthetic, but through writing or through a book, like it just places you there. And there's something so comforting about this book. There's literally something so comforting about this book. I just love it so far. Okay, gonna keep reading. It's gonna be hard to put it down, honestly. At 100 pages, I'm gonna be like, no, but I really wanna do this challenge because I know, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so nice, because then I'll have so many books that I'm excited to read because I'm already 100 pages in. Okay, I gotta keep reading. Okay, bye. Hey guys, okay, so I am currently, here's my dilemma, is I'm on page 68 of Howl, and if you can see, there's like a part 2 that is the full moon. I got to page 68 of this book, so I think I'm gonna put a pin in it now, and then if I just like have time at the end of today, I can continue reading it until chapter, maybe like part 3, I guess, maybe. Anyways, I'm really, really liking this so far. I just think this might be a really good place to stop because it is at part 2, so I'm actually gonna stop at 68, page 68, not page 100. But overall, so far, really, really liking this. I already know that I want to read the next book in the series, which follows, I believe, the vampire that we meet in this one. So yeah, so far, I absolutely have loved every minute of reading this one, but I think it's time to move on to the next book. So, okay, so officially moving on to book 2, we are going to read One Shot. So we're gonna read 100 pages. So this one is a hockey romance of some sort. One Shot by AC Wonderland, and I also got this straight from the author. I don't think she signed it. Oh yeah, she did. Thanks for giving this book some love. I don't know what that means, but I got this at the same book fair that I got Howl. Hey, I mean, that one is so good so far. I literally cannot wait to keep reading it. So I made a smoothie. So this is like my breakfast. I love this Starbucks cup. I got it so long ago, and it's been with me forever. Like, I love it so much. It's one of my favorite cups, but it's blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries, and then a banana mixed in. It is so good. I've been obsessed with these for breakfast lately. So that's my breakfast. I'm just gonna sip on this smoothie and read some hockey romance. Ooh. Oh, this is so cute. There's a playlist for literally each chapter. That's really cute. Beautiful Soul by Jesse McCartney. I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you and your beautiful soul. You're the one I want to chase. Okay, so I'm going to read now. Okay, bye. Okay, so real quick, just after reading the first chapter, the setup for this book is, I've kind of understood it now that I've read the first chapter. So Laur, L-A-U-R, I'm guessing it's like short for Laura, like Laur. She is our main female character, and you know what? She's got to be in college because her brother is also in college, and he's the team captain, or the Wyverns, if that's how you say it, hockey team at the school that he goes to. He's the captain, and he's a junior in college. And so she must be possibly also a junior, because I think they're very, very close in age, is what I gathered from the first chapter. So anyways, they're both getting a tattoo in remembrance of their father who passed away when she was 6. She wants to transfer to his school at some point if she can. I don't know why she wasn't able to transfer already, but that's kind of the setup. Okay, well, this book took a hard turn. The second chapter, what? This book just jumps right in, okay? Leaves no prisoner, takes no prisoners, whatever. What? This is okay. I feel like I'm watching, I don't know, one of those drama shows where it's like Grey's Anatomy or something, where it's like something crazy happens every episode. Like, that's how it's felt so far. I'm like, we are 11 pages in. Like, the trauma is already happening. Okay. Oh, this is chapter 2. We weren't even on chapter 2. Okay, the intro to this is crazy dramatic. Okay. Hey guys, okay, just wanted to check in real quick. So I'm 50 pages into One Shot, so I'm on chapter 7. And so throughout this book, we're getting our main female character and our main male character. We're getting both their points of view, so it is a dual point of view. I'm not loving it as much as I was loving Howl. Like, I keep finding myself being like, I just want to go back to Howl and read that. It's weird because the very first like 2 chapters, some crazy stuff happens, like tragic stuff. So I'm thinking like, oh, this is gonna be really like drama heavy and focused on like growing, I don't know, you know what I mean, where it's like not a coming of age, but like getting over her grief, which maybe it is going to continue to be that. It went to like something tragic happens, and then it went to 9 months later, and now she's at the college that she was planning on going to, and the male main character is a hockey player on the team that she is, or she's on the marketing team of that hockey team at that school. The instant that the male character, the main male character and the main female character, the instant that they like first see each other, hi Ollie. He does not care that I'm filming. He's like, I need to come lay back here. Okay, hi baby. You make every video better. Like instantly it was very lust and sexual and everything, like, you know, and same with her. So like they're both just lusting after each other the very first minute they see each other. And I don't love that. And it's kind of like, and I have nothing against like spiciness in books. Like I happen to like it a lot of the time. There's other times where I feel like it's unnecessary or unneeded and it bores me. It feels like that might end up being kind of what this book is mostly, is just spice, but I don't know yet because no spice has happened. But it's just, this book so far is just very cringe, if I'm being honest, in my own opinion. And I like cringe sometimes. This just happens to be the cringe that I do not care for, because our main female character, she's very, I'm not like the other girls. There's been multiple times where she's mentioned being a woo girl, and I've heard that mentioned a couple times in real life, but like that's not really a common like thing that people say in my real life. So I'm just like, what is this? It feels very kind of TikTok-y. It's rubbing me the wrong way to where I'm not really understanding this character. I'm like, I don't really like the way you're acting. Like she calls this one girl Barbie because she's blonde, and like kind of not in a derogatory way, but like it's not like she's saying it in a way that's super empowering. She's saying it as like the hot blonde, and then she's like surprised that she's not sleeping with the hockey players or something, and it's just like, it feels very weird, and I'm not loving that. And it's kind of at this point the way that I gotta read you guys some of this. So I think this is the first chapter with Lucas, our main guy who's on the hockey team. I don't know. Okay, and this is just so cringe to me. Jealousy flares as I watch the brown-haired beauty walking away practically hand in hand with my teammate. My heart aches with longing for her to come back so I can get to know everything she hides behind her shielded bright blue eyes and oversized t-shirt. And I'm just like, and this is his first sentence. This is the first sentence that we hear from him, and I'm just like, huh? Like that kind of, literally the instant I read that, it ruined it for me. And I was just like, what? I'm just over it, kind of. Like, I don't want to keep reading this, if I'm being honest. Like, I am going to keep reading, but I will say, so far this is just not my cup of tea. I don't even know if I'm going to end up finishing it, to be honest. Like, I'll read the 100 pages today, but I don't know if I'm ever going to want to pick this back up. I'm curious to see, though, because it's honestly just been set up. Like, I feel like I haven't actually gotten into the meat and potatoes of the book. So I'm going to keep reading, but so far I'm cringing so hard at the writing and I'm sad because I love a hockey romance and I really wanted to love this. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to give it 50 more pages and I'll let you guys know what I feel at the end of that. But then hopefully the next book will be a little bit better. Okay, I did it. I pushed through. I read 100 pages. I think I kind of want to just DNF it, but I'm just gonna say this isn't for me. Honestly, I think it's just romance tropes that I just don't like. And yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. So I guess this author is just not really for me. This one is definitely probably going to be the lowest on the tier at the end of this challenge, but it's just too lusty. Like there's no actual tension that's not like sexual tension in this book, and that just for me doesn't do it. Like I'm just like, I'm bored. And the way that this book starts off is crazy. So it's just like the fact that I'm bored at 100 pages when the beginning is the way that it is just like, what? How did you even do that? But regardless, we're gonna stop ranting about this book and we're gonna move on to the third book. So I picked Better Than the Movies to be the next book because I kind of wanted a change of pace, because I do have another hockey romance on there, but just with the way that hockey romance I just read went, I was like, I need a break from that for a bit. So this one just sounds really cute and very light teen rom-com, and I'm like, okay, I need that after what I just read, because I literally could feel myself falling asleep reading that book. I was like, I do not care about any of these characters. The writing is weird and cringy and I'm just not into it. I can't wait to get into this one to hopefully have a really good time, because I was having such a good time with Howl, and like it's gonna be hard to beat Howl. Like I can't believe I started so strong and I wasn't expecting that. So okay, let's start Better Than the Movies. Okay, you guys, this is so good. I've already read 100 pages. It flew by and I was having the time of my life. Giggling, like I literally giggled out loud at least 5 times. This is the most, so far, because again, I've only read 100 pages, but so far this is literally the most cute, charming, innocent, like it's nostalgic and also with like this sense of naivete, but it's so fun and I am loving this so much and it's so sweet and just I want to keep reading this so bad. I can't believe I haven't read this before. Like I can't believe that this has just been sitting on my TBR and I've just been neglecting it. Like it's so good. It's so good. I just want to keep reading it so badly, but we read 100 pages. Okay, so what I've learned from the 100 pages that's not with like a spoiler or anything, just kind of the setup of what this book is about. So we've got Wes and Liz and Wes. They are next door neighbors and someone that used to be on like live on their street, Michael, he moves back into town and he was Liz's childhood crush and then he had moved away, but now that he's back, she wants to get in with him because she really wants him to take her to prom. And Wes and Michael are still kind of tight. So, and she has this like feud going on with a parking spot with Wes. So Wes and her are kind of like enemies, if you will. And then Wes ends up agreeing to help her try to get Michael to take her to prom or like her or whatever. And it is just the sweetest thing so far. And I'm loving them together. And like, and it's not dual point of view so far. I don't know if that ever changes, but I kind of like that. Like I literally cannot wait to continue reading this. I want to get through the other books so I can keep reading this. The highest praises so far for this book. We are going to start the next one. Okay, so the next one we are going to read is The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. So I know literally nothing about this one, so I will just update you guys as I start reading. Once I learn kind of the setup of what this is about, I'll update you guys. But yeah, I'm so excited. I've been wanting to get into this book for so long. You guys, I cannot wait. This is such a fun video idea. Now I kind of want to do this with every single monthly TBR because I think this is a really good setup then for me to actually get into these books further on because I've already read 100 pages of them. Do you ever feel like sometimes the hardest part is just starting that new book? Because once you really get into a book, it's hard to stop reading it. But sometimes it's like, it's just that act of like starting it. I don't know. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? We're gonna get started. Good morning. Cheers. So yes, it is the next day and I wanted to update you guys on how everything went. I did film a clip last night, kind of summarizing everything up, but the lighting was terrible. I kind of wanted to give you guys a better clip with better lighting. So, and also I feel like I had time to ruminate or whatever on everything as well. So let's talk about everything. So these 2 books I didn't end up getting to. So what I think I'm gonna do with these is keep these on the TBR because I do have I have 2 different reading challenges / reading vlog that I want to do before August is over. So I'm going to keep these on the August TBR and possibly get to them still. But for this challenge, we just didn't have enough time and I didn't end up getting to them. But I did read the first 100 pages of Better Than the Movies, The Conditions of Will, Howl, and One Shot. But Howl, if we remember, I read only the first like 68 pages, but there was a reason for that. I think we did pretty well. That's a lot of reading for one day. So like, I think it was pretty good, but I wanted to talk about The Conditions of Will because I don't think I talked about it in a clip that had good lighting. So let's talk about how I felt about The Conditions of Will with the first 100 pages because I didn't finish this until like 9 to 10 p.m. last night. So I didn't really get to talk about it too much. I like the first 100 pages of this book. It definitely has me wanting to read more. It's just that it's very drama, almost like trauma heavy. Like this is very much, not that it's overall sad, but there's just more drama than a lot of like the romance books that I read. Like a lot of the romance books that I read are more cutesy, fun, and light. This is a little bit more heavy and actual drama. Like not the fun cutesy drama, like actual drama and like bad stuff happening. In this book, it's about a family, a father of a family dies, and then it's kind of like all the siblings and the mom and everyone kind of coming together at the house, like the childhood house that they grew up in, and dealing with the funeral. That's kind of what it's about, but it's mainly about our main girl character and her traumas that she's been through. I don't really want to say more than that because I do feel like I enjoyed going into this one not knowing anything, because I don't know, and I didn't mind that. Like it didn't feel like I should have known anything before going in. So I did really enjoy the first 100 pages and I definitely want to read this, but I will say it wasn't my favorite. So let's go ahead and rank real quick because we obviously need to do that. So the ranking, and then I have more to say though after I rank. So the ranking is obviously at the bottom. I feel like I'm on Dance Moms. At the bottom, we have One Shot because it was so cringe to me. Not my cup of tea at all. I don't even think I'm going to end up finishing it. To be honest though, because I do have 2 reading challenges I want to do before the end of the month, I might end up just needing something to read. So I might just go ahead and finish it just so that I can really give you guys like my honest, full opinion on it. We will see. I don't know though, because the first 100 pages were really, really rough. So definitely at the bottom. Then we have The Conditions of Will, only because it was definitely just not the mood I was in. And also I will say I am definitely going based off of how much was I enjoying the time that I was reading those 100 pages. I was enjoying my time, but not as much as I enjoyed my time with Howl, which will be our runner-up, our second favorite book of this TBR that we were able to read. And then our winner, and I'll tell you why. Our winner is Better Than the Movies. I stayed up until 1 in the morning. Last night I stayed up until 1 in the morning, and here's the thing is that means that like I could have read the first 100 pages of both of these books, but here's the thing, as soon as I finished The Conditions of Will, I could not stop myself. I was like, I need to read the rest of this book. Like I am addicted. I could not. The rest of the day, all I could think of was this book. Even when I was reading The Conditions of Will, I kept thinking back to this book and I was like, I need to know what happens. Like I just want to be reading it. Like I just enjoyed the act of reading this book. You know, like that's the best feeling. So I was so excited to keep reading this and I couldn't stop. I could not put it down last night. So I stayed up, and I do not stay up. The latest I will go to bed usually is like 11 p.m. And I stayed up until 1 p.m. I stayed up until 1 a.m. and I didn't even look at the clock once. Like I wasn't on my phone at all. I literally was just reading because this book had me in its grip. I loved it so much. It was so fun. It was so cute. I highly recommend this book to literally everyone. It was so freaking good. Okay, so that being said, we had 6 total books on our TBR. And in this challenge, we were supposed to read 100 pages of each, and I got through 4 out of the 6, but I also finished a whole book. So that was something I did not foresee, because I really thought I was just gonna stick to reading the 100 pages, but this book hooked me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that being said, we've got 1 book done. Yay! Because that means that we have 1 less book on our TBR, which, like I said, I'm gonna have a couple more reading vlogs / challenges coming up before September hits. So in those videos, we're gonna tackle this TBR again, and I will hopefully get these books read as well. If not, they're just gonna go right back on the TBR card and we will add them to a different month if they end up getting picked. But I will say that I cannot wait to continue reading Howl. All I want to do right now is sit here and sip my coffee and keep reading this book specifically. It is so comforting. It's like a warm hug. I was thinking more about it and I was like, that's what this book feels like. The Better Than the Movies book feels like a fun adventure, like giggly, heart eyes. That's this book. But this one is like a warm hug, a cup of coffee, a fall day. Because it's not like, I'm not giggling, but I feel just like comforted. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, but I love this. I am so happy with our day yesterday. I have not been this like excited to read a book in a while. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good on a Wednesday. I will say I do have 5 stars. I didn't even say or rate this. Oh yeah. And I love this entire thing. I have literally nothing bad to say about it. All the good things. Please read it. You will not be disappointed. And if you are, then I don't know what to say. You're jaded and you have no heart or soul. So I'm just kidding. But 5 stars, definitely. And I think out of the ones that I read, I actually do predict that these are probably going to be 5-star reads as well. That's how much I did enjoy these. It was just this one was like blew them out of the water. But yeah, so that's it for this challenge. Definitely comment below and let me know if you liked this challenge, and let me know if there's any other reading challenges you would like to see from me. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I'm currently reading or that are on my current TBR, and let me know what you guys are reading in September. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.